The pages of time continue to turn in the lives of my family and friends. Time marches relentlessly into the future, and there is no outrunning it. Witnessing this passage with my parents, my children, and myself has created a desire to document the milestones. One of the joys of the journey is getting to know my children as grown-ups. They are intelligent, talented, compassionate, and thoughtful. They truly have something to say, and a delight in witnessing them leave their imprint on those around them.
I took the spiritual part and the connection, and I feel really strong with that side of things. The spiritual part and the morals and the standards is a huge part of my life and the way that I live.
That is something I definitely see in you, and I love about you is that you do have morals and you have standards, and you're purposeful with your actions, and I think that's what it's about too. And we have this whole perception of what God is, and to a lot of people there's a negative connotation, and it's not God, that's the church. It's the people that have messed up and who have done things. It creates a lot of confusion and anger and unknowing, and it's not black and white. I think there's a lot of gray. I think with any relationship there's a lot of gray. The church needs to do a lot between reading in between the lines of life and the fact that there are other things going on. And with you living with morals, whether you believe in God, morals are good. I mean, it's good to have that kind of structure. You see things in nature that I feel like explain spirituality or God, where it's almost organized chaos. You know, there's things that happen in nature that you don't understand, but it's for a bigger purpose. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I get really turned off. I don't want to go into a place where I don't feel like I can be me and I can be honest and I can say things that are not what some people want to hear. And I think that there's a lot of times when you walk into a church, an actual church, that I can't say those things. I like the idea of church where it's around a coffee table, where it's outside on a hike, something like that, more organic.
In my adult life, I've definitely appreciated our upbringing and knowing that there's wisdom and knowledge in the Bible. It's hard to mix it all together, our society, our culture, religion, and to balance it all out. What has confused me growing up in the church and in certain parts of the country is people being very superficial and very materialistic, and that's something that I've detached from in a lot of ways. I think sometimes people have such a tunnel vision. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I'm okay with it, and I'm okay with learning from those and gaining wisdom and not judging myself and not judging others. And I think it's so important.
We're so complex, though. That's the thing, is because we're so intricate as human beings and because our minds are so complex, we can take it as far as that nature can teach a lot about the divine and about a higher power, something out of this world.
I'm okay right now at this point in my life. I'm still figuring it out, and I am completely 100% okay with being patient with myself in the process of it. In your daily life, speaking truth and using your body and respecting your health and respecting people around you and being giving and generous. And I think it's a process. It's not black and white, and it's I think you can't compare yourself to others or the stage that they're at in their relationships. I think it's we're definitely thrown into this world and this life, and with these teachers, our parents, our friends, our society throwing all these things at us. And I think the process of taking all of those things and laying them out and figuring out what's right for you.
Who said this? Maybe Jim Carrey. Hope walks through fire, whereas faith leaps over it. And I thought that was a pretty cool visual. When you look out and you look at an infinite sky, or you look out and see how really small we are in terms of our solar system or our galaxy or whatever, it's just why? It's why are we put on this tiny little earth, and what is the purpose of this? And I think for me it's just making a difference and being able to we're so self-consumed in our thoughts and our my journey with God, my relationship with God, and I think it's having to like turn the view around a little bit and step out and not put myself first. And I think that's like one of the hardest things for any human being to do. And I think that you're given this life and you have these choices and these things that happen, and it's how you respond to them and how you react. And then I think in turn that is a domino effect for everyone, or a domino effect for everyone around you. When we die, we go on to another adventure, and whether that's another world, another earth, whatever.
It is important to understand the spiritual world and what's beyond, but I also am at a point where I'm not asking why, and I think the thing with religion that is I feel so disconnected with is having to work on what's going to happen after, and I think people aren't being present and protecting, what we have now. Like right now, I'm not saying like live in the moment and not worry about those things. I'm saying worry about those things right now, because this is our earth right now. This is our children's earth, their children's earth.
And we might have another life out there. There might be heaven or this other realm out there. And that's what people are worried to get to, instead of being like, hey, this is our earth right now that we're living on, that we're poisoning, and we're not doing anything about it. Because the most precious thing about life is not being able to answer those questions. And that right there, that concept is something that I feel like gives me faith for something else out there, and then, like you said, allows me to focus on what is presently the issue.
Growing up, especially the certain years of, hitting puberty and being, having all these hormones and emotions and thoughts, and then being in a structured place where it was all about that and it wasn't about here. And then at the same time, like what I've struggled with is this religious thought, and then you have just living presently and being respecting people around you and your body and the earth, and having exploring and loving, and I'm in love with history and wanting to learn more about that, and not being so caught up in consumerism and materialism. And I think that those experiences have changed my life in an amazing way, and in the direction that I want to go with my spirituality and being a good person. It's about right now and loving the people that are in front of your face right now.